Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the next installment of Storyteller Spotlight. So, Danger Girl, J. Scott Campbell. This book has by far exceeded my expectations of awesomeness. I'm not just saying that. I read a big chunk of it just now before I started this video. This is where we left off. With Abby driving off the cliff and these guys in the Humvee chasing her. She's in pursuit of Donovan, who is driving in this speedboat. And yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is absolutely incredible. I mean, Jeff crushed it on this. Okay, so chapter 1. We're actually starting the first issue now. This was a bit of a prelude that we did. And again, it ended with a real nice cliffhanger. Sorry for the glare. It's a weird time of day. Try to get this going on. But yeah, anyway, so Abby goes off the cliff, and we see the Jeep. There's all this great stuff flying out the back, which someone in the comment section pointed out. And, you know, when I do the video, because I'm kind of trying to hold the book and juggle a few things, sometimes I can miss little things that are obvious. I'm sorry, I'm just getting the kneaded eraser out in case the book starts to slide like it did last time. But yeah, I mean, just his attention to detail with this. It's like you see the spear gun and the tanks and the fins, and you know, it's clearly under a tarp. It's just really, really nice. Okay, and there's even a winch on the front of the Jeep. I mean, you know. Okay, so let's do this. Chapter 1. So he gives you this nice little recap. Jeff never skimps on anything. I mean, when he does a comic book, it is a fully immersive experience from the front page to the last page. He usually will have additional material in the back of the book, you know, either a pinup gallery or a sketchbook thing. He never, ever does anything half-assed. So take note of that, because if you want to be successful like J. Scott Campbell, you don't phone anything in. You do it. All right, so the Bahamas. We've got this, you know, obviously very attractive, shapely woman heading over to a guy who's sitting on the beach, and we don't know who he is, but it doesn't look threatening. Nothing's going on. Hey, look, it's Scott Doombeer. If you know the artist editions at IDW, he was editor-in-chief at Wildstorm during this time. Jeff is great at caricatures, and if you know Scott, it looks just like him in a comic book. So anyway, he's talking into what looks like a pineapple that's flipped open. He's got a little satellite there. Again, the attention to detail in this stuff is just excellent. The girl's pouring coconut milk into a cup over her breast, which is a little risque, but that's what Danger Girl is all about. It's a very fun romp through kind of Charlie's Angels land. Anyway, so they're chatting. He thanks her for the drink, da-da-da. And now we've got Deuce. Deuce is talking to him, the pineapple. He's kind of the Sean Connery sort of... he's the big boss, and I kind of picture Scott's character, who... Hold on, I'm trying to think what his name is. Duncan. Andy Hartnell wrote some really funny stuff in this book. Anyway, so yeah, so he's got the coconut open, and he's like, hey, you know, and you're not talking to me in a pineapple again. Or, sorry, pineapple, not coconut. My bad. You know, anyway, there's so just a nice page, very nicely laid out. I like how he has his feet sort of breaking the panel border here. It definitely makes you pause on this panel. The height and length of the girl, even the distance that the milk from the coconut is pouring into the cup, it's all just really, really nicely done. And he knows how to, you know, he frames this nice shot with a little bit of butt cheek and the breast sort of popping in. You know, it's just, it's tantalizing, you might say. All right, let's go to the next page. Jeff, if you ever see this, I love your work. I miss you, buddy. Everybody goes on YouTube and looks for themselves, so inevitably people will see this. This is such a great splash page. Man, just killer. Talk about a payoff for what was going on. I mean, it's just so nice. It's big, too, you know? I mean, it's just, there's no wasted space. You know, again, he's kept the consistent angle of the Jeep that we saw, which is, you know exactly what's happening, where she is. He does this really nice panel right next to it with the height. Check out the height of this panel. It's the whole page. The length of the page is that shot. And so you feel like she's fallen all this way, and you're kind of catching it right at the very end, and she's diving out, and you see the gear is further away than it was before. The tarp is finally coming out of the Jeep. There's like smoke. One of the headlights is on, the other is broken. This Jeep's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. Her hands gripping on the wheel here on the splash page is really nice. So the Jeep hits the water. He pulls the camera back a little bit. We're almost at eye level of the water, but I feel like we're a little underneath the action, which is very, very cool sort of beat. It's a nice pause. You kind of stop here. The space around the shot, I think, makes you want to stop for a second. And then we have this nice speedy shot. He's got the boat at a very interesting angle where he's coming in, and you just feel the speed of it. It's unsettling, and it's moving quickly. I'm going to use a Copic to point things out. And anyway, so it's a very funny scene. Again, the dialogue is really funny. He's talking to the skull the whole time, this gold skull, the whole time that he's like driving, and you know, he's a really funny character that's pompous and an ass and an egomaniac, and so this is really nice too. Okay, so he's got him coming into the scene, so you're getting this motion of it's sweeping towards you. Then he pulls the camera in, and we get this nice shot of this, but then he puts the camera behind the shot, and now we're going off into the scene. So he's reversed the camera angle here, where you're getting to see the action as it's coming towards you. You get a real nice close-up, and then he's off. Just sailing into the shot. Everything is arced. The clouds, the cliffs, the water. It's just really, really nice. And he sends you right off into the next page. And this is really nice. So now the Jeep has hit the water. I'm just going to tilt the page. So the Jeep hits the water. He gets this great, great underwater shot. You get to see the, I don't know what you call it, like the water line and the boat. There's a speedboat. There's all the items that were in the boat. So he's thought this out now. She's going to go for the spear gun. It's very, very clever. You know, none of that stuff was an accident. I love this. He's really good at drawing perspective, and we'll get into this. What I was thinking about doing is maybe breaking down a panel or two at the end of this, and actually showing like where the vanishing lines are, what the perspective is. I thought that would be really interesting. So anyway, then you got this nice shot of Abby. He kind of distorts her face. Her cheeks are puffy, like she's holding her breath. The way that her breasts are sort of moving in the water a little bit, like the one is sort of kind of like lifting, the other one is back. It gives a real good sense of motion. The way that the bubbles, you know, everything's sinking. Although it feels like she's maybe trying to like lift up. And then you've got this great shot again. He's still going to the scene. Now look at the Jeep here. He's got the Jeep. It didn't just go and sink into the water immediately. He knows that when a Jeep hits the water that it creates like an air bubble in it, and they sort of sit at the surface for a while. Like I said, it's God, I hate the freaking glare. Okay, so yeah, anyway, and so the boat, he's now paused here. He's like, my Jeep, not again. It was very funny when you read the dialogue, the not again, because he's talking about all the stuff on the previous page that Abby's destroyed of his. It's like a home and this and that, and then, yeah, it's a very funny joke with a not again. And again, you've got the Jeep just sitting there at the surface of the water, and the taillights glowing, and, you know, what's this guy's name? I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, like he's you know, cursing her, and there's no real sign of her yet. So anyway, she sees the boat, takes the spear gun, shoots it up there. You've got this nice like small panel of like the spear hitting the boat, and then they're off, and he does this great curved shot. It's like a bit of a forced perspective where her feet are much bigger than her head and her arms because she's going into the scene. So it's quite exaggerated and quite a forced perspective shot. Works really, really well. They're tricky to do. You kind of have to trust your eye. But again, I can kind of show you how to break down a figure in perspective like that. And he's got this really like interesting shape panel as she's being pulled along now into the waters. Oh gosh. this video is recording the wrong way. It's all right, I can rotate it once I upload it. And then we cut back to Sydney and everyone in the helicopter. Really nice down shot. I think the colors just look beautiful here. You go from these nice, you know, turquoise blues, the purple of the night sky, or, you know, like you know, late at night, and then this is really, really nice. And then you get his home burning, and they're waiting for Abby to like appear. I'm under the impression that they don't know where she is. So anyway, now he's talking to the skull and saying how he's going to be selling it. This was great too. The circle around this head really makes you pause here. So when you know, you get the shot of Abby coming onto the boat, and she's about to charge and knock him out. He's not aware of it yet, but yeah, you get this really nice beat with the circle around him and his reaction. And then bam, she just and he punches him. But the flow of the panels together, and with these curved lines, again, he's pulling your eye from here around, and he's sending you back around, and all these shapes sort of flow together, and even this. And you see like how the couch goes to here, and again, he's got this other circle. This is where you're going to pause next. But anyway, so you go here and you read this. You see Abby, she's reacting to that she's knocked him out now with this punch. This is almost a straight-on shot. It's a little bit of an upshot, but he turns the panel, and it gives a real nice effect of that. You know that this is somewhere else. The lighting with the red gives you this indication, and then again, you've got this nice circle around the gun that makes you pause right there, and then the word balloon, ka-chink. But then check this out. This is what's really great. So when you see this, you follow this circle around to the ka-chink. And then look, now he's going to send you up the page, and let me get this where the glare is not on this. God damn, glare city. So anyway, but yeah, that circle leads you right to where the boat is, and then you're going up the page. There their boat is sitting there in the water, and then there's a second direction that she can go, and you kind of know that she's going to go there, and then it takes you right to her legs. So you just get this nice circular motion of from the gun and the paused beat there. Then you're heading back up. You get a sales action, and now you're on the next page, and they start firing at her. Really, really nice shot. This simplicity here, the black shadow, the little bit of glow in the water is just beautiful. Then you got this tilted, unusual shaped panel that just causes it's drama, it's dramatic, it's shocking. He's got those nice speed lines. It's just a real quick moment in the scene. And then again, he pulls the camera back, and you've got this nice open perspective shot. Now we're slightly above the scene. It's almost like he's filming this like in a helicopter, or like, you know, like his eye for the cinematics of this are just incredible. And again, you know, you come zoop around, and then he brings you right through the page with this boat. And now they're leaping out of the water. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And everything looks like Jeff's style. That's what's really cool about it too. Look at the detailing on the boat. These like curved lines. Classic J. Scott Campbell. He puts this on clothes. He puts on everything. He's got this nice kind of line decker styled water with the interesting thins and thicks to it. This shot of the boat in the background. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Sorry, this video is going a little long. I actually think I'm going to stop it here, and we'll continue in the next video, because I don't want these videos to go over like 14 minutes. I just think it's too long. So thank you for tuning in. Smash the like button. Keep putting suggestions in the comments below of books that you want me to do. I am reading all of them and making a list of everyone's requests, and we'll slowly start going through them. So yeah, we'll wrap this up. I wasn't sure how long this would take, and it is taking a little bit longer than I thought. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this adds some insight into Jeff's work. Like I said, it's very, very complicated to almost critique this work because it's so well done. It's such a perfect execution of Jeff's style and the way that he approaches drawing comics, and he just crushes it. So I hope that this was fun, and yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow with the final chunk of this first part. Okay? Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.